how the groups or the farmers, maybe the traders or the group of the farmers, societies or the government departments can take the voluntary certification, and how it can be useful in the near future. What achievements we can take it from here is if we are doing the voluntary certification. So it covers, is we'll say that what is the medicinal plants in India and production. So everyone knows about it. There are so many the presentations. What is the need of the good agriculture practices and good field collection practices? Criteria for voluntary certification. Good means that that will including some good production management, transportation, processing, etc. Management of medicinal plant cultivation. Quality control will be the main function. Then certification process, and who requires certification and what will be the benefits. So I'll skip some of these the slides which are already you have seen, but only the one point is that through this figure, if you will say that we are harvesting or we are collecting the roots and the underground parts as well as the seeds or the fruits. So maybe as we are extracting or harvesting, maybe we are not multiplying in the same way. So maybe it is not sustainable as on date. Emerging scenario, what it can be in India is that as per the survey, some already have mentioned it, that presently number of the 41 species which are on high volume commodities, some more 35 will be added, can say in the near future. While source continues to dominate, because till now major source of our medicinal plants is coming, and say not from cultivation, but it is coming from the forest area or maybe from the uncultivated area. Supply chain scenario, till now we say that is present multi-channel supply chains, so many different type of the people, some growers, some maybe the herb collectors or people those who have their own pharmacies, they collect it. But in the coming time, it can be possible is that it will be practiced through the forest departments or the societies, farmers cooperatives, corporation. It can be a corporate business, and forest-based community-driven enterprises as the joint forest management programs already in program. So visible transition is can be, as on date it is hazy, but in the coming time it can be very clear, is that it will be properly structured or organized sector in the coming time. Quality demands for the global market. So we'll say that till now we were doing is as it was available, we were harvesting it. But everyone, those who are in the area of the production of the maybe the pharmaceuticals or maybe the Ayush program people, now they want the quality, because if the raw material is having the good quality, is of the quality, only the end product can be the good quality. So purity requirements are as center stage. Everyone before buying want to assure is what he is buying, what the quality is. So sourcing practices, it should be transparent, and maybe healthy means ethical it should be, and sustainable. We should not can say harvest more than the one level, so that is it is unsustainable. Consistency in phytochemical profile, so everyone want is key active ingredient should be there, what for they are looking. Residual and pesticides, no one want is key. Now the awareness is there, no one want the residues of the pesticides or chemicals in the herbs, because maybe the active ingredient is helping in one hand, but maybe the side effects are there due to this. Trace elements, because most of the people, sometimes people collect it from the area is where maybe the sewage is there, or the low lying area, maybe the good can say soil conditions are not there, water is not good, so maybe the traces of the metals are there. Those who are doing in the river beds also sometimes, because the whatever the people leave their sewage in that area, so these problem comes, alpha toxins. So cost of the poor quality, there is one example which I can say got it, and which source we have identified it is, we'll say the small, the one example is the cost is very high and intangible if the quality is poor. Is because as earlier speaker told, is maybe in the trees the gestation period is more. Here I have took an example of the 2 years crop only, and then specific to the habitat, because it is different with the different plant or the different species, multifactorial stress on the resources. So Valesiana velichet is the one which is grown on the high altitude species. For the 2 years is a gestation period. Average yield is of the dry roots is only 360 milligram per plant. So if we'll say to harvest 1 metric ton of the raw material, we have to harvest almost 15.8 lakh the plants. So if by chance there is any rejection, the quantum of loss is, if rejected, and the quality, so we can imagine is almost we are making one of the species endangered species, can say with a small mistake is we are not taking care for the quality. So why the quality is important, and if quality is important, then why the good agriculture practices are important. We are saying the quality management system which is integrating with quality is that whatever we are doing with the keeping in mind is it should give an advantage, can say that we can harvest the good quality produce. So because as I told is, if the raw material is of the good quality only, then the end product we can expect was good quality. Sustainability, because as we told is that if we are harvesting the root parts or the underground parts and the fruit or the flowers and the seeds, so maybe that it may not be sustainable, but through good agriculture practices we can take care for it. Economic benefits should be there, and socially benefits, because as good number of the people are dependent on, and this is their only the main job or the survival on it. So quality management system applicable to the wild and cultivated sources also there is specific for the medicinal plant. We are saying till now there are no guidelines, and as people are taking the quality management system in their production area or in maybe the automobiles in other sectors or in hospitality, the same may not be possible immediately for the medicinal plant. So that was the need. We realized is why not to have the separate guidelines for it, which are as per the Indian conditions and can be certifiable. We can certify these. So we thought is we can give it, the point is it can be the holistic quality management, but anyway it is a total quality in other words. But to say, as we are saying the Ayurveda is and all these are holistically we follow it. So aim to say is the confirming the conceptual brilliancy of the Ayurveda, we want to go with it, and these guidelines have been designed. So genesis of the good agriculture practices and good field collection practices, already it has been started with the, can say initially it was initiated with the WHO guidelines, the good agriculture and the field collection medicines in 2003. Then Indian specific guidelines by the National Medicinal Plant Board 2007 and 8. Then as per the, can say the initiative from the Medicinal Plant Board as well as the Quality Council of India, there is adaptation of the standard for these GAP and the GFCP has been developed in 2009. Currently status is all the consultation have been completed, certification of the process, scheme is accepted by all, and it is on the website of National Medicinal Board as well as the Quality Council. Maybe the certification agencies already came to the National Accreditation Board for QCI for their certification. In coming future, we can say maybe in a month or two, if the companies are there and the farmers or the group or the societies, those who are already in this process and they are well organized, so they can go directly for the certification. So criteria for good agriculture practices, I'll mention the bullet points, as most of the things are known to everyone. The site selection and the meteorological data. So we'll say that when the certifying agency will reach there, they want to see that how the people are growing it, so that they can be certifiable. How they are selecting is the land for it. So again, as everyone said, is that a suitable plant should be grown in the suitable climatic conditions. So that will be the one criteria when we'll go. Soil conditions, because in this these plants or the medicinal plants cannot be grown in the sewage area or maybe in the low-lying area, dump area, or where the people are using the grey soil. So farmyard manures are allowed, but the sewage area is not allowed. The seed and propagation material should be of good quality, and how they are sourcing it, though no GMO and other things are allowed in that. Crop management, how they are making the arrangements for it, how the best they can extract from their medicinal plants, how the quality they can maintain, and no chance of mixing. They are taking care for their harvesting, after harvesting how they are threshing it and how they are storing it. So harvest and the post harvest management system, the management, identification and traceability, because the identification is if by chance we are putting by mistake of anyone in the whole chain, if we are giving the another name, so maybe the whole process or maybe I'll say the output will be bad, because say what we are saying, we are selling suppose X and but the medicine is Y. So the traceability is by chance if there is any problem comes, we can find out from which lot, which batch the problem is there. Personal and the equipments, the people are aware about it, what they are doing, and what are their responsibilities, what are their roles, and what they have to achieve. So at least that information with their people. Equipment should be in a way is there is no contamination, there is no other things are coming from the equipments, and making the work easy, avoiding the hand, can say touching the final products. Workers' health, because and the safety and the welfare mainly is if the people are the workers are healthy, they are not having any contagious diseases, they are working in that area, that will be looked after. Record keeping, we want is all the documents, everything should be documented in the way if the problem comes, So we can assure is we can find out what the problem is and from where it has been started. Self-assessment, the companies, they should have the capability, they can do their own assessment before approaching the certification agency. They can do their internal audit. So to do the internal audits, they should have their internal auditors, those who are qualified. They have to say how their growers, their societies, their people, those who are doing it, they are following it. Oh, sorry. So same is the for the field collection. The main here is the site selection, qualitative and quantitative sustainability, because here is we are saying if it is the forest area or the area which is under control of others, it should have the written permission or the documentation is yes, it is legally allowed, and as per the guidelines. Suppose if it is the forest land and if joint forest management, what quantity they can harvest, that should be mentioned and known. So any certification agency will reach there, they want to see it, assure it. The quantity which have been mentioned, only they are harvesting or extracting from the forest, not more than that. So collection management, so how they collect it, what are the active ingredient, how they are storing it, is so that the quality is not deteriorating. Other things that will be common, if the packaging and storage, machinery, equipment, identification, traceability, training, monitoring, and other things will be there common. So what is the purpose of the voluntary certification? So now I thought is. So the scheme will benefit the medicinal plant producers, maybe the collectors, group of the producers. They can make the groups for the certification, and if we can say that is possible, is the one group can be certified as one. The societies, traders, manufacturers. Trader can get certified. His main reason is if he is buying a raw material which is certified, then he can say trade it. Ayush operators, pharmaceutical industry, Ayush consumers, due to the assured quality. We are saying is everyone will get the benefit out of it if the quality is maintained of the medicine plants. We will say to follow the principle of maximum sustainability, because when the auditor will go, they want to see it is yes, it is as per the sustainability we expect, is the sustainability will be maintained, and maybe it will be having that advantage. Additional benefits, we can say reduced risk of recall and rejection, because the people are maintaining it and they are getting it qualified, they are getting it certified. So idea will be is they are taking care for their quality issues, and if there are the problems in their resources, maybe the manpower is not properly trained, they will identify the training needs, they will get it trained, and so maybe the recall and rejections will be less. Increased buyer confidence in Indian herbs as well as the Indian company. If I am having my buyer in you can say in any of the city, and my vendor is well equipped, well to do, so or maybe having all the facilities or the systems in place, so I'll be happy and I'll buy it. Assured legal compliance, because it's that if it is certified means someone has cross-checked your legal compliance. Yes, if you are harvesting in the forest, you are collecting it, you are buying it, or if you are you are getting it after tender process, you have kept in mind assured sustainability action collection. So some of these are the details. I am skipping that. Some of the photographs is as usual, as on date we are having the conditions how we collect some of the forest plants. So good field collection practices is the permission is can say major idea where we want to see it is collection is as per the permitted, then compliance to the international conditions how we collect some of the forest plants. So good field collection practices is the permission is can say major idea where we want to see it is collection is as per the permitted, then compliance to the international, national, and the local regulations for the collaboration, the collection, because any of the local law will have to be met. No company can be certified unless it is following all the regulations, because even all the management and maybe the quality management system is there, but if the quality is, if the legal compliance is not there, it will not be accepted. Technical planning, so again as told is that will be the population density and what are the targets is. Selection of the medicinal plant for the collection. I'll go to the mainly documentation. Everyone emphasizes on the documentation, because until unless it is documented, no one will have a confidence that what you are doing in 364 days, only one day is auditor is coming there. So he want to see all the documents so that he can trust, yes, I am certifying a good company. All process and the procedures that could affect the quality of the product must be documented. That is the main aim. Extraordinary circumstances during the growth period that may influence the chemical composition of the medical plant, herbs, drugs, extreme weather conditions must be recorded so that it can be correlated, and if any issue comes, So even the certification agency or the accreditation board take the note of it is ki yes, maybe in one condition it was there, it can be exempted or can be allowed, can be done anything. So we say that in generally we follow the 4 C's is the conservation, consumption, commercialization and convergence. We say if we are following the against good agriculture practices as well, good farm, the fuel collection practices, we are following, in generally we are complying for all 4. So structure for prescribed standard, they are the 3 main criteria. Is control criteria, we'll say this is all the legal requirements are controlled is until unless these are there, no one will follow it. Then we'll say conformance criteria, level of conformances, it will be the critical, major and minor. So structured checklist of evaluation is there, and the documents now are placed on the website. Anyone can go and see either on the Quality Council of India or the National Medicinal Plant Board. So these documents are there. Criteria process at a glance is the scheme ownership is with the National Medicinal Plant Board. They are the owner of this. As per their instruction, this standard has been designed. Custodian of the scheme, all the responsibilities are the Quality Council of India. So Quality Council of India is working as the National Accreditation Board, and we inform each and everything is to the Medicinal Plant Board. Voluntary scheme to start with it. It is not compulsory. It is not as no one can do a business until unless they are certified. But idea here is that a voluntary certification is if those good companies can do it initially. So maybe everyone will try for it is ki why I am not doing. And if the buyers will start asking is ki X company is giving me with certificate, why you are not giving with certificate? So maybe the awareness will come and people will start doing it. Certification through the third party or independent evaluation, people will start to follow that. Then the certification body, a legal entity, it must foreign can say that, and it should be accredited by National Accreditation Board with Quality Council of India. So now some of the companies already applied for their accreditation in India, and they can start the process of certification. Certification process will say the individual. People can take it, corporate entities can go for it. Production collection cluster can be covered, maybe those who are the traders as I told. Product certification through process evaluation, at least one lot of the production collected under the good agriculture, the collection practices should be there. Then continuous certification is under processes. If we are doing is every year we can do, and if it can be for the last time for 3 years, then surveillance audits can be there. Site audit, it is must, and it should be at the time of the, preferably at the harvesting cycle. When you will go through the documents, you will find is that we have tried is maybe the farmers are, they'll say sometimes say we are very marginal farmer, we cannot afford the 2 inspections or 3 inspections. So it has been kept in that way that at least the one crop is thoroughly checked, and on the basis of that we find out, or the any certifying agency will assess. Now their team is good enough, they can do their internal audit, they can make the documents, and on the basis of the documentation in one inspection it can be certified. So design promote the concept, adequate consideration for the certification for cost, because if the National Accreditation Board is doing the accreditation of the company at the lower price, so we expect the certification agency will charge less, very nominal, which is as their fee. So eligibility for the certificate of the certification is if 100% is for the critical control. Critical control is mainly the legal compliances and the I'll say the commitment from the higher management. Minimum 90% confirmation to the major controls. When we have given the criteria which are the major and which are the minors, major should be 90% and the minor can be 75% compliance. Then it can be certified with a condition. In the coming time, you will improve it and you will achieve it up to the maximum level. So how it will look like is the National Medicinal Plant Board is on the top. They are the owner of this. Then Quality Council of India as a national accreditation board. So then comes the certification body. We accredit certifying body, and certifying body go to the organizations those who are interested for voluntary certification. Then lastly comes is the consumer risk. If the product is coming after the certification, consumers are getting the good quality. That is the whole concept about it.
In a nutshell, you are putting ISI mark.
No, you'll say we cannot say ISI. ISI, if you'll say that was a regulatory, that you have to take it for some of the things. It is voluntary. If you want, if anyone want to take it, it can take, but indirectly same. So registration, we'll say that the certification process how it is. One person will have to take the registration, or the company has to take the registration with any certification body. Then they'll go after their documentation checking, then evaluate and visit the farm, test of the samples, and grant of the certificate, then periodic surveillance. When they got it, any news come into the market is the problem is coming, even certifying agency has a right to visit your field or farm or your factory without informing you. Reason why is because now they are the partner and their name is stake. If you are doing something wrong, means they are getting the effect of it. Then market sampling is, it is not is a what in your factory, but if any product is going out and it is having your seal and your name, it can be tested by either by the certification body or accreditation body or the National Medicinal Plant Board. Then renewal of the certificate will be certified and it will be a complete circle. Every time it can be like this. So we say that this is the concept, and already the scheme has been finalized. Now we are trying to create the awareness. We have selected some of the groups where we want to go and say this is a scheme from National Medicinal Plant Board. Those who are the active groups, they can start with it. So if some of the even the organizations, those who want to go for it, even we can do the sensitization training programs for them, for their farmers or the groups, those who are working it, and we can make it popular. So we thank everyone. If there are any issues, any inquiries, so our email address is here. Everyone is welcome to write and give the suggestions. Thank you.